Welcome everyone to the live stream. We are going to watch Matīss Riherts from Latvia versus Bogdan Brachaczek from Poland. Both players have been competing both live and online, and both of them have been more successful in online competitions. However, they also have some successes in live tournaments, as Matis won the Tallinn Open in 2019 and BBJ was the Polish Blitz champion in 2017. He is also the vice champion of Poland this year, and online both of them are quite successful, I would say. Matis won last season the EuroLeague with his team Mind Infinity. He has won the IRP competition in 2021. He also won the Black and White Major Series in 2018, and he was in the top 6 in WBC in 2021. Whilst BBJ, he was silver medalist of the Team Gomoku World Blitz Championship with Poland's first team, and he has won a lot of tournaments when the first edition of the Monday Blitz Evenings was going on back in 2015, 2016, and also he was in top 6 in WBC in 2019. Both of them qualified already for the grand finale of Monday Blitz Evenings this year, which is quite an accomplishment. And they have actually played in the Team Gomoku World Blitz Championship in 2020 against each other when BBJ was fighting for Poland's first team and Matíss Riherts was captaining an international team. In that match, the score was 8-5 for BBJ, but now we are going to play with Fischer, which changes a lot, the plus 1 second per move. I believe this is going to be quite entertaining match between the two FIFA World Cup matches. Let's see the match. An addition of 2 stones. BBJ chooses white, plays the first move. He's trying to gain positional advantage. Black has some options for counter attacks. Matíss has probably 3 options to choose from. One is I4, second is K4, and I6. BBJ plays K5, which is probably the best he could. Now he should block from below. And he does that. Very good. Now Matíss is in a bit of a trouble here. He's also running low on time. He can decide where he wants to block this from. Perhaps the middle is fine. Matíss goes up. But now maybe BBJ can find a way to attack. If not, he can always go and play some defensive moves and then move into the position. Oh, BBJ ran out of time. Matíss wins the game. So Matíss plays one of his openings. He really likes this one. It's hard to play. BBG decides he will use swap 2. Let's see which color Matíss fancies more. He wants to stay black. Let's see how the game develops. Quite a few options. Now, I would say this is a bit better for BBJ, but not sure because there will be some chances here. Actually, I believe this is a black win position right now. If Matíss plays here, he will have a win here and also on this line. And he did actually play there, very good move. There is no defense now for BBJ. Matíss chose another line. He wants to use this diagonal to win the game. Well done, Matíss takes another point and leads 2-0. Similar opening, similar swap 2, similar first move. The reason why it's not exactly the same is because it's a bit shifted. Now Matíss chose a different move, he chose J6 for the continuation, which is maybe a bit safer. Let's see what strategy BBJ wants to use here. Now if Matíss plays here, BBJ will have to block from below because there is an attacking line there. Unless Matíss tries to take advantage of that, he should have quite good position. On the other hand, now that I take a second look at this position, there is going to be a cut on this diagonal, so the block can be made from above, which BBJ noticed very well. And thus, he has taken some good positional advantage over there. Now probably for him the best way to play this, to be moving on k4 and playing on h7, he chooses a rather cautious approach and is still controlling more or less the position. However, there was a win for black now. Both players are below 10 seconds. Matíss has to block from the right side, which he does. Well done. And now this is going to be an exciting endgame, with some clicking included. And Matíss loses on time. A scheme by Matíss. Let's see what kind of swap to BBJ will come up with. He played I4 E6 in Poland against Igor Aged, and he plays the very same. So if Matíss will give him white, BBJ is going to move on f5. Probably because he won that game against Igor. But Matíss decides to be black. Sorry, white. And plays an aggressive move on d6. So perhaps BBJ is going to need to link his stones here. But he does not see a direct line of attack, which I also don't really see. And he decides to be more cautious and play on f9. So now it's an advantageous position for Matíss, who needs to find something. BBJ plays a strong defensive move. This position is not easy at all. Probably the best to do is block on the left side. As Matíss is on 6-5 seconds, it's going to be hard for him to come up with a decent attack there. BBJ is usually very strong on defense. He's also capable of playing nice attacking combinations. And of course, both players are really fast. Matíss is trying his best. BBJ makes the necessary defensive combination to survive the game. And he is gaining advantage globally. Now can he finish? Both players are really low on time. And BBJ runs out of time. Wow. Maybe he has some lags. It's unfortunate. Yes, his connection is not good enough, it seems. It's a well-known corner by BBJ. Matíss plays a swap 2 that is probably prepared in advance. BBJ chooses white and moves on j6. So black can only use this line for an attack. It doesn't look obvious how to win it. Perhaps this move could be very interesting. j5 would be very interesting in my opinion. So this is the right idea. However, the wrong execution, because it's gonna be very hard now. He can't link his stones. It's a sharp position. Matíss can't allow himself to make a mistake. And he finds a win. Well done, Matíss. It's 4-1. Okay, a similar, actually it's the very same as the second game, which means the same win will be there. Well, Matíss did not need to change anything, and you can see on his clock that he knew, he remembered all of it, and just repeated the same winning combination for himself. And now Matíss is leading 5 points to 1. Matíss chooses black. Okay, let's see what is his idea. They are fighting for the position, they are fighting for the initiative in the match. And Matíss makes the first step towards building up an attack. His position supports that. Black is better now, black has the initiative. It's not so easy for white. However, this move gives white some chances now. This white stone h2 will most probably be played very soon. Actually, right now. No, that surprised me. Nevertheless, BBJ has a lot of seconds left, 4 times as much as his opponent, and he controls the position from the defensive point. There is no obvious attack here for black, so BBJ only has to avoid making a mistake that could cost him the game, and then he should be able to overcome his opponent, who is in a significant time trouble. Only 3 seconds remain for Matíss. BBJ is playing well positioned stones. He's gaining a lot of advantage here on the upper area. That is a very well designed move. And the time advantage took its toll, and Matíss runs out eventually, and BBJ takes his second point. Well done. Let's support our Polish friend here. With his laggy internet connection, any kind of support can help him to motivate him to stay in the match. And now he actually changed his first move to a much better one, and this position is much better for him. However, this move is not too fortunate because Matíss will play on I5, and that has to be blocked from below because of I2, and then black goes here and launches an attack, which is most probably a deadly one. Let's see what Matíss can find on the board. Probably the best way in this position is to operate with some indirect moves, which means you are not playing 3s and 4s directly, but you are playing a threatening move like k5. Now this is interesting. Most probably h8 should be played and then i8. i8 is a very strong offensive move, and this is very well played by Matíss. He found the winning combination. On the other hand, he missed to play his VCF, which allows BBJ to come back to the match and possibly survive. However, that is not happening, which means Matíss is going to win. After all, that I8 was the very best move in the position. It was an outstanding attack from Matíss. We can see the shifted version again with the similar swap 2 and the different first move after the swap 2. A very tricky one, which is hard to defend. BBJ has to find a defensive move that is enough, because it's a once again tricky position. Let's see what Matíss comes up with as an answer to BBJ's k5. Will he show us some outstanding attack again? He is using his time very well. Good time management there. He is not rushing into positions which he doesn't know how they will end. So the most probable scenario here is to play here, which is a very good one. And now maybe BBJ has to play here, yes, to survive. But unfortunately that is not enough, because this move would have won. However, Matíss could not find it, yet he is still in a very good position. But he needs to build a different attack now. In the end, he wins this game as well. Okay. Oh, he plays this move again. But a different move then. However, I think this is still very advantageous for black. So maybe we can see another classic attack of Matíss. Let's see what the Baltic Tiger has in his mind. That's a very powerful move. BBJ plays his only possible move, but will it be enough against Matīss Riherts? It's another very strong move by Matíss. Probably 8-7 should come. BBJ decides to play e7. Matíss continues to operate with indirect moves, which is always a great decision. Unless you have a direct win, and you can only win it directly. Strong moves by Matíss, very strong attack. Well done again, he wins another game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Baltic Tiger. So the coverage will resume shortly. Let's see if BBJ can make a comeback in the second part of this game. So far, Matíss is outpowering him with beautiful combinations and very well playing, really, Matíss is. So let's see the continuation because BBJ has been known for making great comebacks in competitions. He's not a guy to give up, and I have faith in him. So, be back in a few minutes. I wasn't audible. I'm sorry about it. So, anyways, the previous game was Matis noticed quite well his chance to attack, and he finished it. Now, this is an interesting one. Matis has a good chance to attack here, but he has to be very precise. That's a good trick by BBJ, I think. Has to block from below. And now a counter attack. Well played. That was a well played counter attack. Corner opening. Matis tries a tricky swap to. There's some balls. This is interesting. What's the play here? Probably choosing white and playing here could be a good option. Oh, now that's just gonna be white, because Matis is going to overline him and then move to L6, and that is not defendable. So maybe this swap 2 was pre-analyzed, or Matis just it was a routine swap 2 for some other opening and copy pasted here, and either ways it was well done. There is unfortunately nothing BBJ could do here. Let's see what opening we see now. This one is a good one. I like this opening. BBJ uses a swap 2. That to me seems to be advantageous for white, possibly a sure win for white. Let's see how Matis evaluates it. Hmm. Okay. It does not seem bad now for black. I believe BBJ was overly cautious in the beginning, which Matis exploited and has a solid position now, which he only needs to convert into a win position. He's low on time, but basically he can move literally anywhere and win. And overline, the position is getting a bit more complicated than it should be. And now the white wing is not so clear, a black wing is not so clear now. He just overlined himself again. He's struggling with 2 seconds. Bogdan may take advantage of that. Matīss is a fast player himself, he's good at time troubles, but not as much as Bogdan. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but Polish players are extremely good, on average, as compared to other nations, to play in time troubles. Matīss runs out of time. Matīss is thinking hard, maybe he wants to improvise another swap too. Yes! How fascinating! That is quite the showmanship. Let's see how well this one turns out for him. Oh, even further complicating the position. I love that. It's as sharp as it can be. Probably L4 is a must. Then broke from the left. And then simply K5 seems to be an option. That is exactly what's happened. Okay, what about the continuation here? So I think that was not the best way. Bogdan keeps further attacking the position. Matīss tries to defend. Now Bogdan has a win on this diagonal, which I believe he will find. Okay, not yet. Now Matīss was given a chance to block, but now there is a win here. Bogdan is very low on time and he is not seeing that option. And oh, that's very unfortunate to overline himself like that. It's gonna be... It is another win for Matīss. BBJ has some connection issues, he has some lags. He just ran out of time again. It's unfortunate, he has already lost quite a few games like that. Running out of time. Okay, same swap too. Same choice of color. A different move. Basically what this is doing is converting the position into the main theory, which should be black advantage. Now, if this tree gets played, it has to be blocked from below. Otherwise, it's a black queen on this diagonal. Let's see what Matīss is thinking. If BBJ blocks up, it's pretty obvious what he has to do. But if he blocks where he blocked, well done by BBJ. He saw the connections, he made the perfect block. And now it's not so obvious for black what to do. Because it's a very tight area. Of course, some combinations can be played, but if Matīss gives too many stones to his opponent, he may regret that later. So now a block from below to counter. However, now he has to play here, otherwise he's going to lose. And BBJ did not do that, so Matīss is going to win the game. One mistake there was enough. Okay. Let's see this one. Matīss tries to go for an attack early on, it seems. This move controls the position quite well. You can see how it's countering the lines and creating other lines for black later on for an attack. Now this is already very comfortable for black. Black can just play here, here somewhere, and gain some space in the middle. Oh, no, that's not fortunate. Matīss tricked BBJ into playing the wrong move and thus wins the game. One of the most favorite openings of Matīss, which for sure will be facing a swap to. Where is he going to put the black stone? That's the question. This has some potential, but looks rather white to me. The black stone is quite far. White can put it here, here, or here even. Matīss decides to go here. He immediately wants to go for an attack. This is obviously a white sure win position, but let's see what Matīss can do with the sure win position. So far, so good. That's another good one. The combination Matīss is going to use is this diagonal and this diagonal. He does not even waste a single second on it. You can see that his knowledge is quite alright. In the previous game, Matíss played L4, now again. BBJ played J3, now again. L6, same moves. I'm not personally a big fan of that J3. Let's see, probably the best way to play this is use the 3 but on I8, because now what this does is it lets blacks surround him. But Matíss is respecting his opponent just enough to block from below, as he could not probably count all the possible lines of attack. That is kind of weird. A few rather unnecessary moves there. Matíss is very close to win this match, and the players are being a bit overly cautious here. Now Matíss goes for an attack. Can he find a winning line? I'm very curious. Perhaps the best what BBJ could have done was use this line to give an overline and then try to block the position or go for a counter check. But since he missed to do so, Matíss is going to win. And the Latvian player is lacking 1 point to win the match. Okay, let's see. Is there a way for BBJ to come back from here? Matíss is very convincing tonight, as well as BBJ is lagging. But for sure they have played some quite good games. Matíss immediately goes for an attack. I believe it is the right decision and also the right moves. Now this move should be played and it's game over. After h9, black's only possibility is g9, and after g9, white just goes here and attacks, and even g9 is not played, so it's a 2 moves win, and Matíss takes it home. So to conclude this match, I would say Matíss was obviously the better player tonight. BBJ's connection issues, there or not, Matíss was more convincing overall in the games. He was taking the initiative a lot more often, and when he was attacking, he was using really good lines, good combinations, and when it was a basic win, he mostly did not miss to play it. So that's him, the best Latvian player. Well done, really. Good match. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.